What's going on? Came across a video from Jason Whitlock clips. Angel Reese never cared about the unrivaled 3-on-3 league. Now, Jason Whitlock is always hating on Angel Reese, so let's see what he got to say this time. Now, before we get started, Angel Reese's team just won the Unrivaled Championship. I believe this was this past Monday. And Angel Reese won Defensive Player of the Year as well. And she averaged 13 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 1 assist in the Unrivaled League. And if you're not familiar, the Unrivaled League is a 3-on-3 full-court basketball league that some WNBA players had put together. It's kind of like a pro-am. I would say it's kind of like a pro-am or kind of like the Big Three, just full court, you know. So I think it's a good thing that they put this stuff together, especially, you know, amongst each other, so they have something to do in the off season, man. And yeah, Angel Reese still winning, still collecting hardware. Defensive Player of the Year, Unrivaled Champion, man. Seems like everywhere she goes, she's a winner and she does her thing. I'm not an Angel Reese fan, nor do I really care about Angel Reese. But I know that Jason Whitlock doesn't like Angel Reese. I know, well, he doesn't like Angel Reese because she's young, successful, and most importantly, black, from an urban setting. And that's why he doesn't like her. And like I said, I don't care for Angel Reese or any women's basketball players like that. I just like to hear the type of bullshit that Jason Whitlock is on and call him out on it and share it. Let's go.
Players and role models and these wonderful actors. Angel Reese is a champion in the unrivaled 3-on-3 Gus Macker pickup basketball league founded this year by a couple of WNBA players. I believe Brianna Stewart and Nafesia Collier. I think they founded this league. And the welfare system that's been erected around these wonderful, super athletic, terrific basketball players and role models and these wonderful activists that just Black Lives Matter and, you know, communism matters and Marxism matters and scissoring matters. The people that support that have just named a champion in the unrivaled 3-on-3 full court basketball league that virtually no one watched.
My whole thing with this fat idiot is, why do you care so much about the WNBA players and more specifically Angel Reese? Like, I know he's on Caitlin Clark's nuts. Why don't you just talk about Caitlin Clark? Because there's nothing there, because she's boring and unentertaining and uninteresting. So he has to talk about, you know, the black WNBA players and more specifically Angel Reese, because they're popping and popular and they have shit going on like the Unrivaled League. And you can be sarcastic and say, oh, great athletes and all that shit. And say nobody watched Unrivaled, nobody cared. Jason Whitlock, man, you're a fat, smug-faced black dude that was never athletic. He says he used to play football at Ball State and all that, but I doubt that. I mean, I don't doubt that he went to Ball State and was on the football team, but I don't think he played like that. Like I said, Jason Whitlock doesn't come off as an athlete, a jock, or anybody that has a lick of athleticism. He doesn't look like he has a lick of athleticism, for that matter. I think that's why he hates on these women, primarily the black women in the WNBA, because they're more athletic than he's ever been and more successful.
Angel Reese was a member of, what's the name of this team? The Rose, I think is the name of this team, Rose. They won the inaugural Unrivaled Championship last night. And people immediately took to social media and Twitter and started posting, look at what Angel Reese has accomplished. She has a national championship at LSU. She was the rebounding queen of the WNBA.
Yep.
Now she has a championship in the unrivaled 3-on-3 Gus Macker League. And she's...
And stop saying Gus Macker, weak ass nigga. But you hear how he's running down her accomplishments, and then he's talking shit about her after that. That's because he's jealous of this young lady, man, Angel Reese. And Angel Reese, in my opinion, has done nothing to warrant this type of hate that she gets from not only Jason Whitlock, but others. And, you know, yeah, she's a WNBA All-Star as a rookie, SEC Player of the Year, and All-American her senior year. Well, let me start it. SEC Player of the Year, All-American her senior year at LSU, National Champion at LSU, WNBA All-Star her rookie year, drafted 7th overall, which is basically lottery. I don't know if they refer to it as lottery in women's in the WNBA. And let's see. Yeah, Defensive Player of the Year, unrivaled champion, and averaging a double-double not only in the WNBA, but in unrivaled. And this nigga is so jealous and mad that this young lady he doesn't like her for some reason. You know, I know why he doesn't like her, because she's black and urban. But he can't wait to try to tear this woman down at any chance he gets. And it's hard for him to do because she's so successful. So he has to come up with shit and make up narratives. Because I don't even know, like, if nobody cares about the Unrivaled League, and I haven't got a chance to see it, but I don't really watch women's basketball, though. But I love basketball. And sometimes I watch it depend on who's playing. And I like to watch when Angel Reese is playing because she's entertaining and she draws. Like, I don't care about women's basketball. Angel Reese isn't that good as far as scoring buckets and getting points. But it's something about her that's a draw, man, and she's a winner. But yeah, man, if nobody cares about the Unrivaled League and you obviously don't care, then what the fuck are you talking about it for? For no other reason than to just hate and try to bring this young lady down, man.
Defensive Player of the Year in the unrivaled 3-on-3 league. Look, Angel Reese, my queen. Oh, what an accomplishment. And it was such a big accomplishment. Everybody rushed out to congratulate Angel Reese. And I want to tell you what a big deal this championship was. The Rose team, I think they beat the Vinyl team. And I think this game was played somewhere in Florida, some little small town in Florida. But I want to tell you what a big deal this was and just how important this championship was to Angel Reese.
Well, I thought he was going to say, like, I thought he was being, like, smart aleck or sarcastic, but it's obviously a big deal, bro, because you sitting here taking time out of your show to talk about Angel Reese and the Unrivaled League. So evidently they're doing something right, because whether you praising it or criticizing it, it got your attention and got you talking about it, fat boy.
Angel Reese didn't even attend the game. She was not in the building last night when her team achieved this remarkable accomplishment. Angel Reese was so thrilled, she FaceTimed in during the press conference and celebration. That's how big this unrivaled championship was. That
Angel Reese was hurt. I'm not sure of the specifics of her injury, but Angel Reese was hurt, and she has obligations not only to the WNBA, but to her endorsers and things like that. So she was probably somewhere making some money or recovering from being hurt. I'm sure she lives in Chicago, and that unrivaled thing is going on in Florida, like he said. So her team probably isn't tripping and like, man, if you hurt, you ain't got to go out your way to come all the way to Florida just to sit on the bench and support us. I know you support us, and this isn't a WNBA game. This is a 3-on-3 unrivaled game. It's not that big of a deal, and we're going to win it anyway, which they did. So they didn't need Angel Reese there, buster ass nigga. And why are you trying to like throw these little shots? Oh, this significant victory, significant trophy or win or whatever the case may be because they won the championship. Like, bitch ass nigga. So what, nigga? Like, I just don't get that, man. Because I want to say, like, the big three with Ice Cube, they don't make it a big deal or whatever when somebody wins or something, like when somebody wins their championship or is doing good or whatever the case may be. Because it's the big three, you know, it's the former NBA players and good players, you know, that play in that league. It does get its attention and notoriety. But the WNBA players have started something, man. Something that's really a great concept. 3-on-3 full court. That's a great concept. And watching the women do it, that's even better. So this nigga's reason for just hating so much, boy, is baffling to me, man. But go ahead, fat boy. And this nigga does not get any pussy, man. Straight up. He hates women for some reason, man. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a feminist, a woman apologist, or just somebody that's in women's corner. But when it's blatant and obvious that you hate women, you just gotta call it how I see it.
Angel Reese had to take time out of her busy schedule while being crowned a champion. She took time out of her crowded, busy schedule to FaceTime in
so much, nigga,
to celebrate this remarkable achievement. I don't know where you were last night when Angel Reese was somewhere in Chicago or somewhere in some other city while her 3-on-3 Gus Macker team was wrapping up a championship.
Man, like I said, man, Angel Reese is in the WNBA. If she is hurt or nursing an injury, it'd probably be best for her to stay where she's at and rest. The Unrivaled League is important, yeah, to the girls that are participating, but it's just like a men's league. So if I'm playing on a men's league on Sunday nights, we make it to the championship, or I have to work, or I have another obligation, or I'm injured, more than likely, bro, I'm not going to come to the game, man. It's all good, and my teammates will understand that. You know what I mean? And like I said, Angel Reese is in the WNBA. She gets paid from the WNBA. She has obligation first to the WNBA. So if she's hurt, man, there's no reason for her to be at Unrivaled. There's no reason for her to come from Chicago to Florida to be there. And I'm sure her teammates understand that. But if she did FaceTime in to congratulate her teammates, what's the problem with that, fat bitch? If she didn't do it, it'll be a problem. So she's damned if she does. She's damned if she does, and she's damned if she doesn't. It's crazy. And yes, it is a significant victory for them, bro. It's the inaugural season, if I said that word right, for the Unrivaled League that WNBA players put together. It may not have the attention and traction that they wanted to have, but it's the first year. I'm sure they expect that, and that's expected in any aspect of life when you start something. So for you to be hating and shit, it just shows how resentful and jealous you are of not only Angel Reese, but towards black WNBA players as a whole, man. And this is the same man that attacked Skip Bayless for keeping it real about LeBron James and holding him to a standard and saying that Skip Bayless made his career off of tearing down LeBron James, and that's why LeBron has done the things he's done. At least Skip Bayless is talking about another grown man. You are always talking about women and critiquing young women, not just women, young women, critiquing them and going hard on them, bro. Like, it doesn't even make sense, man. There's got to be white people behind the scenes running this, man. There's no way that this is his shit or somebody, or there are just black people in the back, unless there's some coons and some, you know what I'm saying, some Uncle Tom type motherfuckers. But there can't be any black people running this show, bro. They have him as the face of the show to say things that white people can't or will seem or will be deemed racist if they do, and you would be, because there's no reason to hate like this, bro. So they have him doing it. But yeah, man, Skip Bayless was talking about LeBron James, Tim Tebow, which I didn't agree with his takes on Tim Tebow, Chris Bosh, and Russell Westbrook. You sit on here and talk about women all day, fat boy.
I was at home in bed, unaware that this was even going on.
So
This is one of those moments where years from now, we'll be talking about where we were when Angel Reese FaceTimed in to celebrate the championship her 3-on-3 Gus Macker team just won.
I think he's capping. I think he does follow it. I think he hate follows and hate watches, so he can relish at the moment that Angel Reese comes up short or something bad happens to her, which is not, because evidently the young lady's blessed and good things keep happening for her. But if you didn't watch it and you're sincere about that, then why the fuck do you care about what happened, bro? It's just to come on here and talk shit and talk down about Angel Reese, man. But you wanted to cape for LeBron James and bash Skip Bayless. You must have got a clutch check or something, because that was weird. Especially how the fat boy goes about things, man.
And I bring all this up because ESPN covered this championship. It's been on the homepage of ESPN.com all last night, all this morning. I think her named woman's Chelsea Gray scored 30 some odd points last night in the championship game, and of course they had to mention that this championship that Angel Reese has added to her trophy case, that she didn't even play in the last 2 games.
He hating because Angel Reese is successful, man. And Angel Reese is added to her trophy case. Like, just everything he says just exposes his jealousy and resentment towards this young lady, nigga. She added more hardware to her trophy case. And you just mad because your fat ass could never do that.
And she thought so much of this championship that she was like, nah, I don't want to diminish the greatness of this championship by attending the game and rooting on my teammates. I don't want to diminish this. So I'll FaceTime in, and then social media will do the rest. And if I have a serious point in all of this welfare system that we've put together for women athletes, and I don't mean to deride all female athletes. I think it's great what they've done. Many of them have done.
See right there how he's pulling back and giving disclaimers. This welfare system that we set up for women's athletes. Oh, well, not all women's athletes. That was because he wanted to exclude the white ones. See, he has no problem with white women and white WNBA basketball players. But he never talks about them. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to talk about something, it's always going to be in a negative light and towards someone black. I don't ever see him on here praising his favorite basketball player, Caitlin Clark. Which, that's another reason why he hates Angel Reese. Because Caitlin Clark one-upped her in the 2023 National Championship and taunted her. And not only did he not like that, but her white fans didn't like that. That's why Angel Reese gets a lot of hate. And the coons that like Caitlin Clark, they didn't like it. So that's the main reason why Angel Reese gets a lot of hate. It still stems from that championship game, man. They hate that white girl got beat. And they over here crying about it still 2 years later. Yeah, 2 years later, boy. Shedding tears for the white girl, man. She'll be all right. But evidently it's something about Angel Reese that motherfuckers can't get enough of, because they can't stop talking about her and can't stop highlighting her, whether good or bad. Because he ain't talking about Caitlin Clark.
But this welfare basketball situation we got, no one wanted a 3-on-3 full court women's basketball league, and no one paid attention to this. But but out of pity and out of this mindset of, oh God, we've done women so wrong. We must make amends by pretending that a 3-on-3 basketball league just started in its inaugural season is so important that we must pay attention to this, and we must, oh God, did you see Angel Reese average?
Angel Reese wasn't the only one playing in that, man. But you mad because she was the one that stood out. Defensive Player of the Year and champion. And she wins everywhere she goes. But how do you know what people didn't want, fat boy? Just because you didn't want it. You wanted a cheeseburger instead of a 3-on-3 full-court women's basketball league. And if there wasn't a demand for it or people didn't want it, that's what business is about, creating a demand, introducing something to people and sparking interest in it and getting them to support it. That's what these WNBA players have done with this 3-on-3 full court women's basketball league. And if ESPN is covering it, it's probably because, you know, the women are doing their thing in regards to putting this together. I think it's something to highlight. And if I was somebody at ESPN, I would suggest highlighting it. But yeah, man, if you don't care so much, then how do you know so much about Angel Reese's success in this league? And I know you can probably do an overview or something like that. But even if you did that, just had a brief about what's going on and you weren't following it, which I think you were. But even if you weren't following it, why do you care to speak on it then? If nobody cares, then shouldn't anybody care, especially your followers and audience? They shouldn't care to hear about it. But they're just hateful, man. And just want to talk shit about not only Angel Reese, but black WNBA players as a whole. And I think a 3-on-3 full court basketball league, period, whether it's male or female, is a great concept and something that I'm impressed that they executed and are getting it out there and off the ground. And first champion, that could have went anywhere. That's not a league where they just catering to certain people like a Caitlin Clark. And that's why Caitlin Clark doesn't want to play in this league. Because number one, it's not the WNBA. She has really no protection, no real media coverage, so they can't hype her up or create false narratives. And she would have to prove how good she really is without motherfuckers, laying down for her like they want people to do in the WNBA. And the majority of the players that play in it are black. Caitlin Clark would have got exposed if she played in this league. And that's why she didn't want to play in the league. Because there's no reason why you shouldn't have if you're one of the top female basketball players. You know what I'm saying? Breanna Stewart is one of the top female basketball players and just won a championship. And she's in charge of it. You know what I'm saying? So Caitlin Clark didn't want to play in this shit because she didn't want to get exposed. And this nigga is hating. He knows that. That's why he's hating so much on Angel Reese.
14 points and 13 rebounds in the unrivaled league. When you hear me talk on this show about men, quit apologizing to women, quit pretending like we owe them some debt. This is what this mindset leads to. Of, hey, let's put together a social media campaign and let's pretend like Angel Reese just accomplished something important. Because we're going to build up this narrative that Angel Reese is one of the great athletes of our lifetime. She's right there with Steph Curry, and she's right there with LeBron James. She's right there with Kevin Durant. She's got a championship at LSU, and now she has a championship in the unrivaled league. Everybody rush to social media and
she is one of the top athletes, probably ever. Still has a lot to prove. But she is one of the top athletes, man. You just mad because you never as athletic as this young lady. Or successful. Like I said, Angel Reese, a national champion in college. Unrivaled champion. And I'm willing to say that she'll win a WNBA championship soon. And she's going to win one before Caitlin Clark, that's for sure. Because the Fever aren't going to bring in the right players and talent to help them win. They're going to bring in people who will cater and bow down to Caitlin Clark. And that's not going to get you victories in the WNBA. That could work probably in the NBA, but not the WNBA, man. And yeah, nobody compares Angel Reese to Allen. I'm sorry, I was about to say Allen Iverson, but Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Nobody puts her in that category, man. Angel Reese, and everybody knows that she's not that type of player. She's a valuable player in her own right in regards to playing hard, being the heart and soul of a team, being a defensive player, obviously, and a good rebounder and a good glue person. That's going to get you second chance opportunities, going to get you turnovers, and going to get you extra chances at scoring, which leads to winning. So, yeah, man, nobody compares Angel Reese to any men. If anything, you guys do that with Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionesco, with the trying to get them to participate in the 3-point contest with Steph Curry, which Caitlin Clark is scared to do. I give more respect to Sabrina Ionesco for participating. And you were comparing Caitlin Clark to Pistol Pete, when she broke the college scoring record for women. They're like, oh yeah, she broke Pistol Pete's record. No, she broke the women's record. Stop. But yeah, man. No, and there are no men that are like apologizing or like catering to these women. If anything, all I hear is motherfuckers hating on them and talking shit about them. And I don't agree with the WNBA players' perspective or views on getting paid more. I don't agree with that, because you guys can't get what the NBA players get, because the NBA's been established for years. And they didn't just start getting paid all this money within 10, 20 years of the NBA starting. It took time and the right players to get to this point. And it's going to be the same for the WNBA. WNBA just started in 1997, I believe, which is the late 90s, mid to late 90s. So, let's see, 97, 07, 17. The WNBA is not even 30 years old. You still got a lot of work to do if you guys want money. So you guys should be putting in the work now, so the young ladies that come after you can get that type of money, because you're not going to get it. Face it, man. And if Caitlin Clark is getting private jets and shit, so fucking what? That's the fever, man. I wouldn't even care if I was one of them, what the fuck Caitlin Clark gets and the money and shit, man. Just hoop. Everything will come, man. But the WNBA does do a poor job of promoting and marketing their players. And now that Caitlin Clark's in the league, that's like the only young lady they want to promote, market, and highlight. And that's weird to me. So the WNBA is, as an organization, not the players, but as an organization, is the reason why, it's so-called struggling or not making a profit, or, people criticize it. But, yeah, man. All I see is people talking shit about the WNBA. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, men creating this or being apologists or whatever the fuck he said, man. I don't see that, bro. So you just trying to make up a narrative to fit what you're saying.
Pretend like I used to be a user of people in it. Pretend like you actually watched Unrivaled, actually cared about Unrivaled. Let's go rush to social media and pretend that you care more about the Unrivaled League than Angel Reese does. Because her team, she missed the last 2 games. And this championship game was so unimportant, she's like, nah, I'm good. I'll watch from home. I'll watch this stream from home. And I'll FaceTime in if we win. And then Angel Reese, didn't she take to Twitter last night and ask some question about what y'all gonna say now?
Yep.
Yeah. Angel Reese beating her shit. What y'all gonna say now? Now that I have this unrivaled championship that I didn't even think.
That's why he mad. Because not only is she successful, she be talking shit. And he don't like that. Because she's a young black woman. If this was a white girl doing the same thing, he wouldn't have a problem with it. Obviously, with Caitlin Clark. Because Caitlin Clark, she's cleaned it up. She still has an attitude problem to me. And she likes to taunt players and shit, like she was doing in the NCAA tournament in 2023. And when she got a taste of her own medicine, everybody was feeling sorry for her and talking shit about Angel Reese. And that hate still flows to this day. So this nigga's just mad because Angel Reese is successful and she talks shit about it, boast about it, which ain't nothing wrong with it.
To attend because I hurt my ankle or I hurt my hand or something and I had some excuse. Or maybe she went to LeBron James's youngest son's high school state championship game. Maybe she was joining LeBron in celebrating that. All of that was more important than being at the location, being with her teammates, and actually, if this championship mattered, she would show up. She can afford it.
Shut your bitch ass up. He said, she can afford it. Nah, motherfucker. Like I said, if she lives in Chicago, that shit's in Florida, and she's hurt, there's no reason for her to go out of her way to be there. She's not going to participate and play. But I'm glad he brought up LeBron James. Because this is the same motherfucker. LeBron James is claimed to be the GOAT. All this shit. Does this. Chosen one tattooed on his back. But if Angel Reese wins a championship and does this to another player that does that all the time to other people, or she wins a championship and player of the year in the Unrivaled League and says, what y'all gonna say now, then it's a problem. But you were just on here apologizing for LeBron James and shit in regards to Skip Bayless. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. And I don't know if that was a shot to LeBron James or what, but this nigga's all over the place, man. You just on LeBron James' nuts last week or a week before. Shut up, bitch ass nigga.
But this cosplay, this game we keep playing with women and women's sports and all of this reparations we're giving them, reparations and welfare. We'll finance the WNBA for 30 straight years, even though it loses money every single year. We will pretend like this unrivaled league matters. That the men have something called the Big Three. Does ESPN pay attention to that? Does social media run around and pretend like that their championships matter? And
yeah, they do post the championships on social media. And social media does cover or highlight what goes on in the Big Three more than ESPN. Yeah. But again, the Big Three doesn't really need that, man. Pretty much sells itself in regards to the players that are participating and stuff. And the person that owns it, put it together. The WNBA players that put together Unrivaled and that participate in Unrivaled probably have a relationship with ESPN to get the promotion out there and to highlight what they're doing. So, bitch ass nigga, it doesn't matter if the Big Three is getting highlighted on ESPN or social media, in which they are getting highlighted on social media all the time, but it doesn't matter if they're getting highlighted on ESPN, bitch ass nigga. These young ladies are trying to get this league off the ground and doing a good job at it and going about it.
My God, Royce White or Steve Jackson or someone, they've added to their legacy by winning the Big Three. But somehow this women's league that no one watched, I'm supposed to believe that, oh, yeah, Angel Reese just added to her trophy case.
And this video's about to end, so I just wanted to end it on that since she's added to her trophy case. He made that hater comment. I just wanted to end it after that hater comment. Why you always bringing up her trophy case, nigga? You mad because she got hardware in there and you ain't got none in yours? If you got a trophy case at all, you probably got one, but it's medals and trophies from when you were playing Pee-wee football, motherfucker. But yeah, man. And one more thing about the Big Three. The Big Three, nigga, are former basketball players. These women that play in Unrivaled are currently participating in the WNBA. That's the difference, bitch nigga. But all in all, it's a cool video just to find out where his head is with the Unrivaled. I pretty much knew where he was gonna come from, but just wanted to check it out and see his take on Angel Reese winning the championship and being Defensive Player of the Year and how he was going to spin that into something negative. So I got what I came for. And that's all I got, man.